Hey, how's it going out there? It's AG Surfer back with another vid. Yeah, this time it's going to be the stuff I had carrying over from the San Jose Wizard World Comic Con. That was a couple weeks ago. I should be able to wrap it up today. I believe I'm down to two vids. So I just want to show off some of the last few things I had picked up from that convention, and I'm going to show off there's going to be a few comic books. So, but we'll go through them. It's going to be pop figs. I'll call it pop figs and cigs. A few signatures, some of the leftover signatures. Yeah, this was probably one of the fewer, definitely one of the conventions that I got the least amount of signatures from. I got more product out of this convention, probably because a lot of the artists they didn't really. I guess a lot of artists didn't show up, or some people backed out last minute, and then there was only certain books. I guess obviously there's certain books I just wanted signatures for that. Um, I brought with me to get signed, and so yeah, with not very many artists there and more comics and products, obviously I just picked up the stuff. So I could back that out a little bit. So on Friday, one of the first things I had done I was pick up some pop figs. You see them like right when I walked through the convention. Yeah, this guy had, it was $10 each, or four for 30. So I picked up four of them. Lady Sif. Sorry, she'll come back. She's not part of this deal. She's not part of that special. These DC guys are, these Wonder Woman's PG or PGX, PX previews exclusive. I think because they have some sort of just the way they're painted, the application of the paint on the pop fig. The boxes are in decent. This box is in decent shape. So is the Green Lantern. But yeah, these PX exclusives. I got those two. The Batman. The Batman's and I think it was like one of the ones he had. The box is kind of beat up. Yeah, but you know, still cool. Still cool. I mean, for the price he had, you get four of those guys for $30. And so I got these DCs, and I decided to break down it. And he had a Gamora, so I got a Gamora. I was looking for any kind of exclusives or anything different. But yeah, so I pretty much have most of these Guardians of the Galaxies now. I don't know that I'll go chasing out the rest of them, but I thought Gamora was cool. She's all right. And that was one individual at the convention. Let's put these to the side. Yeah, camera skills, man. Just a couple movies I picked up recently. Still have yet to watch them. Let's check. That's natural light. Let's see. I think I'll still work with the natural light. It's not a bad day today. Alright, let me stop taking up time. So then, another gentleman, he had, these were like $10 each. So I got Lady Sif. Found Stone Cold Steve Austin. Looking for The Rock. I'm not too worried about it. I know I can find it online. But if I come across one, I don't want all the wrestlers, just want a few wrestlers. But they're cool. Yeah. This collection's crazy. I did pick up two of these guys. Picked up two of these guys for my brother. My brother was asking for a Wolverine, so I was able to get my brother a nice Wolverine. And these boxes are, these are in nice shape. I mean, ultimately I was hoping to find like the Wolverine and maybe some of those wrestlers from the guy that's selling, 3 or 4 for 30, but that just didn't happen. Excuse me. Another one I got from my brother. He's going to be happy with it, is the Crow. It's a very cool. This one's, the guy got it like wrapped up in cellophane or something, like shrink wrap. So I don't know. Because of that, the box is it's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's a little bowed, but nothing major. It's crazy. starting to talk about these things like you are about comic books, the conditions of the boxes. But yeah, you just don't want them beat up to crap, I guess. There is some sort of there is a collectability to it. And where I got the Lady Sif? I got the Dark Elf. Where I got the Lady Sif from. And there's a picked up a couple of cases. I just happened to throw this one in it just to take up less space from the case. But I'm going to use this case on a different figure that I have. So, but I just threw them in there. Dark Elf is pretty cool. And then this one should lead into some comic books. But I went ahead and picked myself up a crow. And I put him in a case. So there's one for myself, one for my brother. This was the crow was kind of tough to find too. I mean, vendors. Well, one guy, I think the guy I got this from, and he was charging like $10 or $12, and everybody's a little different. You know, the good deal. I think the good deal is if you could find them for 10 or under at a convention. But you have people that will sell them for 10. Some people will sell them for less. But just a few people that might sell them for less than 10. And then the folks that, because they know if these are harder to get or come by, they'll tend to sell them for $12 or on up. You know. And there was a Winter Soldier I wanted to get, but I wasn't going to spend $25, man. I wasn't going to spend $25 on a Winter Soldier, so I was like, nah. Like $12 is almost too much in my opinion. $12 is kind of like, eh. So $25, there's no way. I was like, I'll hold off. I'll get that guy later. Too many crows. I had gone back to get this guy because of it's like a game. You move all three around and see where it goes, right? I got this guy because of this one. I picked this one up, and I didn't realize my wife goes, "Why has it got a sticker on it?" And I'm reading it. It's because I guess it glows in the dark. It's a Hot Topic exclusive crow. And this was one of the first ones I picked up. I picked up like these two guys, you know. And actually, this one cost me. That's the one that cost. Yeah, what the heck was that? This was like $17 actually. This was $17. That's right. When I got this one and I paid $17 for this, then I go to the next guy and I see he's got a crow and he's $10. I couldn't figure out. I'm like, man, I just got hosed again, hosed and raked, man. Although I know raked and hosed is, gotta watch out for those rakes and hoses. But I thought I got hosed again when I got this for $17. Then I go to another guy and I got this one for $10. You know, I didn't pay attention to the sticker. So now I don't feel so bad. Hot Topics, I know it's still quite a bit of money, no, hands down. But Hot Topics glows in the dark for 17 bones. So I'm alright, because this one is the same exact. This is cool, man. You know, one, but it doesn't glow in the dark, which is fine by me. But as you can see on this one, let me take the top off. Bam! James O'Barr, man. I was really stoked. And again, it's probably the third time. Yeah, it's got to be the third or fourth time actually seeing him. But to go up to his table and actually talk to him for a hot moment and, you know, check him out, it's my first time. So, you know, he's been at other conventions I've gone to. I just never got around, you know, with everybody else that was there. I kind of put him on the back burner, or I didn't really get onto him right away because I was dealing with, like, you know, I was going Campbell, trying to get Adam Hughes, Ramos, Tony Daniel, Mike Zehek. Man, there's so many names. So Head was, you know, and James O'Barr, I thought, okay, I'll get him one day. I'll get him. And I was really stoked at this convention. That was, you know, that he was there. And I was like, oh, he was like my number one guy, really. I would say James O'Barr, Mike Mayhew, and then like Mel Ruby, Ethan Beavers. Those were kind of the guys I was looking out for. You know, the base that were there, and then everybody else was kind of like whatever I stumble across. But yeah, James O'Barr, man. And comics are coming, people. But I got him to autograph this one, and the gal goes, well, check it out. This is what he's going to specialize it for you. And I was like, what? So he does this with, I guess, all his pop figs. Or he'll tend to do it. So he pulled this, you know, he takes the pop fig out of the box, and that's when he paints up the face. You know, he adds a little something more to the crow figure. So I thought that was awesome. I mean, I was really stoked. I didn't, you know, and this is all included in signature price. Along with this and some of the comics I'll show off, they were, I think it was $5. She was saying like $5 a signature. I said no problem, and so I forked over the cash. But then I believe, based on the amount of signatures I got, I think she took like $5 or $10 off, because I have quite a few more signatures than I do than what I paid out. But either way, uh, James O'Barr, just very cool. I was really stoked he did this. Right, it blew me away, and folks gathered around. And that's when the con was so the convention wasn't crowded, um, by any means. So it seemed like whenever you like when I walked up to a table, to an artist, and he wasn't, because most artists weren't extremely busy. There wasn't like an extreme line or anything. But when I walked up to a table and I'm getting things signed, people kind of gathered around. They're like, "What's this guy doing?" Or, or "What is he getting signed?" I get, people. I'm sure that are possibly new to the game or wanted to get an idea of what's going, how conventions are. Because I was like, man, I never really had a lot of folks I had quite a few folks gather around me. I'm like, I never really had folks gather around me and watch things happen, you know. But then again, I guess I'm not used to conventions that aren't. I'm used to conventions that are crowded where people are just around you regardless. So either way, but it was cool. People came up and they were like watching, James O'Barr do this, and people are like, "What's he gonna do to the pop thing?" And the gal, his assistant's like, "Check it out. Watch what he does. He personalizes them." So again, this is just really cool. Really enjoyed that. So when he did it, blew me away, of course. But then I'm just still the collector I am. I wanted a regular, so I went back for the regular crow. And again, I didn't have a clue he was gonna do this to the pop fig. If I did, I would have thrown my brother's one in there, But this is all sealed up, and this is the other one I had. So I'm like, I didn't really have a knife. I had nothing with me. I know they could have opened it out and did it for me, but yeah, I was like, my brother was like, "Did you get mine?" I'm like, "Sorry, bro." And he's like, "Well," I said, "Well, you'll do yours next time, because when you meet him, you'll meet him, and then it becomes more personal." My brother, because the convention I had just gone to earlier in the year with my brother was the one to get James O'Barr, and then bring some James O'Barr books to me, and go, "Check it out. Look, I got James." And I said, "Oh, that's awesome." And I said, "I don't know if I'll have time to get over there and get some from him, because I'm still trying to wait in the Steranko line." But anyways, I got James O'Barr to sign this one, the Crow #1 in a nice red. Oh, this vid's running long. It's good for talking, man. James O'Barr #2. Yeah, those are the red. These are the Sharpie paint pens I use. And so even like James is like, he's like, "Oh, these are cool pens, and but be careful to take time to dry." I said, "Thanks, man. I know, but thank you for giving me the heads up." And most artists, what I hand these pens to, they're kind of thrown back. They're like, "Wow, these are pretty nice, and they take time to dry, right?" And I go, "Yeah." That nice yellow, the yellow looks awesome on the Crow 3. And this is issue 7 from Image. These other ones are Kitchen Sink. I've shown these in vids before, but James O'Barr in blue. Another James O'Barr in blue. Look at those two covers. They just look cool. And the signatures are awesome. City of Angels. That's just, I dig that, man. And the last book, folks. Thanks for hanging in there. If you're still around, The Crow, City of Angels, #1. Dig that cover, and that's James O'Barr in gold. So that's pretty much it for these books, guys. This go around. Thanks for hanging in there. And those were the pop figs. So much stuff, and I parked close. I parked in the parked close to the convention, so I'd go, buy these items, run back out to the vehicle, drop it off, come back in. It gets tough. You don't want to carry all this weight around, So with that being said, thanks for tuning in and checking out again. And I got one more vid, and hopefully you folks will appreciate that. And we'll go from there. This should be the last vid from the San Jose Comic Con, and then I'll get into some other items. Thanks, guys. Take care. Later.